Even dreams of hell can be beautiful. Don't.
I'm going to show you how I produced my song Ninja. So let's crack on. We got the kick. Then I also added a higher kind of kick. Not even sure if it's a kick, but it's more for like the frequencies. It felt like it was adding something. Oh, by the way, this is the not mixed, pre-mixed version. I do have the mixed stems, but I wanted to show you the plugins I use and stuff like that. So let's go with this one. Then we've got the snares. And then I found this drum loop, which I really liked, which I removed the low end for it, so it's more of like the top bit, the high end that we can hear. Then we have the little whoop sample. I'm not sure what that is. Oh yeah. Then we got a shaker that I made on MIDI. And we have shaker 2 for certain things, which is a live shaker that I recorded myself. So then the drums sound like this. Then we have a bass, which originally was just a sub bass I made on MIDI. But then I got my dad, who's a bass player, to record it for me on his bass. And then the live bass, I decided to leave the sub bass in there just because it added frequencies that I liked. And also it kind of made it more rigid. If it was just a live bass, it just gave it too much flexibility. So that's the bass, the live bass. And with the sub bass, it creates like a weird, almost like it doesn't fully match. Then we have the main line, which was recorded on MIDI, and then one of the biggest challenges was for me to fine-tune the final sound of the whole main line. So in the end, what I did is I left some of my MIDI sounds, and I also got a guitar recorded, like live guitar, and that's what it sounds like. So originally it was more something like this. But the guitar does add like an element to it, which gives it more life, I think. Then I found this atmospheric sample, which acts as the intro, and it also kind of just has a really long tail. I wanted it to continue, but it's mainly in the intro that you hear that. Just kind of wind stuff. A sample I made for my voice. We have another one. So they kind of work together. And we have another one. So to create textures more than anything, a little bit of rhythm. We have a very small piano part I completely didn't see. Oh, it says piano, but it's clearly not. A couple of sweeps. And yeah, so the instrumental came out sounding like this. In terms of vocal production, that's one of my favorite things to do.
Flash like a white ninja. She's a London one. Taking it to London, yeah. Energy don't lie. city editing dinner. Ride my feet just like my bust on my window. Love, 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 love. I city editing dinner. Ride my feet just like my bust on my window. Love, 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 love. Flash like a light ninja. She's a one. Taking it to London, yeah. Energy don't lie, yeah, she's super fly. Flash like a.
So yeah, I kind of like when I produce, especially if I'm not mixing it myself, to separate the different layers and have different effects on different layers rather than start to automation and, you know, turn off and on things on the same channel. So then I can kind of play around with putting this vocal on this setting and this vocal on that setting and just see what kind of works and have fun with it that way. That's just what works for me. There's no real right or wrong way. Also important to mention that this is a relatively like old production of mine. Like I think this was originally made in 2021 and then I done it up last year, like kind of just give it a bit of the extra spice, but I didn't want to change it too much. I didn't want to mess with the essence. So yeah, in terms of vocal production, obviously this is very heavily auto-tuned, this track. Very few of the harmonies and stuff are not auto-tuned, just to give it this kind of live thing. There's a lot of pitch shifting, like vocal gender bending. I don't really like using the CLA vocal much, but because it was there from the original, I felt like it was kind of working. And anyway, I sent to my mixing engineer with and without, so I don't even know if he ended up using it. Who's Christy Carey, by the way. Shout out to Christy Carey. He's amazing. Mixed and mastered by him. But yeah, I try to keep to minimum amount of reverbs, especially for the vocals and stuff, unless it's like a really special effect, just to keep it clean. Especially when there's like this much information, which I tend to do.
It's a mirror. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Even dreams of hell can be beautiful. Don't. Give me. Give me. Give me. Oh. Yeah. Give me. Give me. Give me. Oh.
And that's it. Let me know which other songs you want me to show you.